What up? It's your boy Wall Street, back again. And today I want to talk about one of the craziest NBA conspiracy theories I've ever heard because it just seems wild, but it's funny, so I want to talk about it. So I was reading something on Twitter, or X, whatever you want to call it, and I was reading that someone believes that the reason that Nico Harrison made the Luka Doncic trade was because he has a deal with Adam Silver. He has a deal with Adam Silver that if he made this Luka Doncic trade to, in effect, boost NBA ratings and create a crazy buzz in the league by sending Luka Doncic to the Los Angeles Lakers for Anthony Davis, effectively making one of the craziest, wildest trades and headlines in NBA history, and putting Luka in a even more major market than Dallas, probably the biggest market in the league in the Lakers. By doing this, Adam Silver promised to Nico Harrison that the Dallas Mavericks will win the NBA draft lottery and be able to select Cooper Flagg. And I don't even know where to start. Because this is just obscene, right? You're basically telling me that Adam Silver forced Nico Harrison's hand to look like the worst GM in NBA history. And I just can't buy it. I just can't buy it. And I mean, I feel like then Rob Pelinka would have to be in on this too, right? Like, because he's also, trading a big player. Obviously, he's getting the better deal here and getting Luka Doncic, but it just seems crazy. And the Mavericks do own their pick this year, so that checks out, right? So regardless of where they land, they're going to keep that pick. They're currently in the 10 spot in the Western Conference, jockeying for position with the Phoenix Suns, basically breathing down their neck. I do think Dallas is probably going to finish in the play-in, but they're probably not going to qualify. So I think because right now the play-in for the West looks like Golden State at 7, Minnesota at 8, and then there's a big drop-off between the 8 and the 9, which is the 9 is Sacramento, 10 is Dallas. Minnesota and Golden State are separated by half a game. Golden State is 42-31, Minnesota is 42-32. Sacramento is 36-38. So there is a 6-game difference between 9 and 8, right? So it's probably going to come down to, the Warriors or the Timberwolves is going to win that first game. And then whoever is playing the second game is probably going to beat that team, right? Because it's also going to be on their home floor. Like I think the Warriors and the Timberwolves are going to be the 7 and 8 seeds. That's just how I see it. And Dallas could fall out of the playoffs entirely. Maybe it's Phoenix that's in the 10 spot. Who knows? But let's just say they finish anywhere, in the lottery standings, projected to pick either, 10th to call it 13th or 14th, right? The Atlanta Hawks won the lottery last season with, I think, it was like a 3% chance or something like that. I think they were the 10th team back in the lottery, right? So it's very much so possible. And I personally don't believe the lottery is rigged. I don't believe any of that stuff. I make jokes about it all the time when the Wizards don't win the lottery because I'm a Wizards fan and I just like to throw a fit when they don't win. But this is just too crazy for me to even begin to believe, right? And I understand why people think that this might be a real thing, because everyone thinks the draft lottery is rigged. And it's like leverage for the NBA to improve teams and bring excitement to certain teams that maybe don't have excitement, right? And, I could see, Luka Doncic going to the Lakers is one of the craziest things that's happened in NBA history. No one saw this trade coming. Luka Doncic and LeBron James playing together is just a box office pairing. And it's made this, whole Maverick season quite comical, right? ESPN has been talking about this stuff, right? ESPN only talks about the Lakers, it seems like. So it makes sense from a fan fiction perspective, but I don't think the lottery is rigged. I don't think Nico Harrison, even if you are going to select Cooper Flagg, there's no saying that Cooper Flagg is going to be better than Luka Doncic, off rip. You know what I mean? That would be crazy. But, I guess if this is true, right, which I don't think it is, if it were true, what team are you taking? Are you taking a team of Kyrie Irving, Anthony Davis, and Cooper Flagg? Or are you taking a team of Kyrie Irving and Luka Doncic, right? And I guess if you're Nico Harrison, 3's better than 2, right? But at the same time, that's not how basketball works. And that's not really it's just not how that works at all. So I don't think this is true. But hey, let's see if in a couple months from now, if the Mavericks come away with the number 1 overall pick, and then, we can revisit this subject. But I would think, since someone is already saying this, if it were rigged, the NBA is going to make sure that they don't get the number 1 overall pick because they don't want to look like the lottery's rigged, right? That's just how it goes. But again, I don't think the lottery's rigged. I do think it's strange, though, that they do the drawing behind the scenes and then they just reveal it on TV. I don't know if you guys know this, but so the way the lottery works is they only draw for the top 4 teams, right? And then everything after the top 4 is just reverse order of record. So the worst team that doesn't get in the top 4 gets the 5th pick, and then so on and so forth, right? And then they just call it out on TV in this cinematic manner to, I think it's for, views and ratings and stuff like that. But I just always thought it was weird that they do it why don't you just do the ping pong balls live, right? And again, I think they have so many NBA execs back there that if it doesn't get ruled in someone's favor, someone's gonna leak, about that type of stuff, right? That type of stuff is not gonna stay silent if there was something going on, because there's too many people in that room. They do let people from the team go back there and see the drawing live, but you have your NBA reps and stuff, players, coaches, what have you, just reps from teams that sit up there during the lottery process when it's being called out on TV. And I don't think they know what's happened yet either. I think that it's just the one person, or however many people they let from each team in the back to see the actual drawing, and then no one else knows until they call it out on TV. But again, I don't think this theory is correct. I do not think the lottery is rigged. I think it would be incredibly ironic if the Mavericks got the number 1 overall pick and drafted Cooper Flagg. That would be just an insane culmination to this whole Nico Harrison, Luka Doncic trade saga. It would be insane. But I just wanted to share this with you guys. I thought it was funny. It had me laughing a little bit last night when I was reading this. So let me know if you've heard any other crazy NBA conspiracy theories in general, or relating to this Luka Doncic trade. I'd love to hear about it and talk to you guys in the comments, because some of these theories they're just so funny. They're just hilarious. But that's all I got, guys. Just wanted to share that with you. I'm gonna catch you later, though. Stay safe, stay up, handle business, stand on business. Peace out.